Hey guys, and welcome back to Techie Gaming. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on another skip, and this is really worth learning and really worth doing. This is the Chapter 9 Beverage lift skip. This is the extended version. It's not the very first version. It's a slightly extended version that puts you right before the vent. If you're gonna speedrun this game, this is a really important skip to do. And I had a lot of trouble with it for two things, which I'll explain. And I'll also explain how to do the skip. You have to wait here, and I drew a smiley face with the gun. That's why I kept the gun. Normally I'd get rid of it, but I wanted to draw a smiley face. Anyway, yeah, you really should learn the skip. It's a little bit tricky, but once you learn it, it's really easy. So I'm going to show you how to do it now. I really don't know how I'm going to explain this because there are a lot of things that you have to do really quickly. And I can't just teleport back with the trainer because once you get in that elevator, it unloads this room. I have my trainer on though, so I can tell you what to do right here. And I turned infinite health on. The first thing I want to do is kill everyone. Okay, now that everyone's dead, thanks to my lovely infinite health, although you can kill them pretty easily without an infinite health because there's only 4 of them. You just need to grab the big guy's gun and then murderize everyone else. But now I'm gonna show you. You've seen how it looks and the way it works. Ovendonkey has a tutorial, but that's from when they first found it again, so it's not the extended version, and the extended version is a lot better to do. And in my opinion, it's easier too. But this only works on PC because you need to use the use slide glitch. Basically, with the way this game works, there's already an elevator there, but you'll have to wait until it comes. But the elevator is still there, and the reason you have to wait is because there's a default wait time to it. Which means you can push the button from the inside. So you first activate this button, and after you press this button, but before the doors open, push it on the inside. You can activate it by by standing in the middle, but I'd recommend just doing it in the corner because that's where the button is. What I like to do is press this button and then wait here, because with the way you do this skip, the people will still be shooting at you if you want to go fast. If you want to kill everyone, that's fine, but if you want to go fast, you'll only kill 2 guys. About 5 seconds after you press that button, go back and activate this one. If you activate this one before you press the button, Ovendonkey showed it. I'm going to show it too. The elevator will leave without you, and that will happen. And then the room will unload. So don't press the button without pressing the first one first. The only time I've ever done that is when I thought I had gotten the first button, but I actually didn't. Okay, so kill this guy. Run here. Boom. You can go quickly here, but make sure you go quickly, and then shoot this guy. If you want to draw stuff on the walls, you can just keep that. Oh yeah, I have infinite health, so I don't have to worry about them. Okay. Now that we've got this part done, activate this, run here, and about now, activate this one. The door will open, step inside quickly, and go there. Basically, stand around in the corner, kind of where I'm standing. So right here, there is those cluster of lights over there. And there's also a spiky tower. You basically want to aim slightly to the left and slightly above them. The aiming is really important because that decides where you're going to land. And where you land is really important so that you actually land in the room and not fall down. If you go even slightly to the right, you'll land in a tiny gap between the wall and the vent thing that you land on. So those aim about there, and once this spiky tower disappears, meaning once the top of it passes this button, step out and activate reaction time immediately. And about a second after you do that, those buildings to the right over there will disappear. And once you do that, pause. Well, tab pause. Don't escape pause. Tab pause like I'm doing right now. Tab pause for about a second and unpause. And that will load a light thing, which you can use as a reference point for where you're going to go. Once the top of that light thing disappears off of your screen, pause again, let the room load, and if you did it correctly, you should land on that thing. Make sure you're holding W the whole time. One problem, just make sure you're holding W all the time, or else you'll spawn and you won't make it to the room. You're in the elevator shaft, and the room where you want to go is right behind the elevator shaft. And if you don't hold W, you won't make it there. Another thing that could happen, is the light won't appear, and you'll also just land in a room of darkness and die there. So just make sure you're holding W all the time. This is especially a challenge for me because I don't know why, but even if I'm holding W, if I pause and unpause, when I unpause, it's like it doesn't register me holding W anymore. For some reason, I don't know why, so I have to tap it again really quickly. Just make sure you're going forward the whole entire time, and if you have the problem like me, just make sure you press W as soon as you unpause every time. Okay. The reason you want to pause buffer the first time is to spawn that reference point, and it really doesn't have anything to do with the loading of the level, but you want to know where you want to pause to land correctly. Also, make sure you're going as soon as this thing goes below the button, because if you go too high, even if you get it, you'll die on the thing. So don't do that. So like that. Once you start falling pretty much, do that. See that light thing? Once that disappears, pause again. The room will load, and you'll land here. The height that you do it at greatly affects what will happen. If you land in here without taking any fall damage, you'll have to wait a very short amount of time before you can run again. If you do it high and you take fall damage, you'll have to wait at least 15 seconds. And if you do it without fall damage, it's more like 10 seconds. That's why it's important to do it as soon as the thing disappears, because then you'll land without any fall damage. And most splits don't stop the timer right here. As you can see, I landed with fall damage, so now I have to wait longer.
Drop any weapons you have. Stay where you are.
And finally, also don't do it too high. If you wait too long and you walk out of the elevator, you'll start falling immediately, and that means even if you get it, you'll die because you're too much height. You need to get that extra height boost, because you'll still be going up a little bit when the elevator is going up. So you need that little extra height boost. But you also don't want to go too high. You have to go at the right height, which I've said like 2 times. But that's pretty much the entire skip. If there's anything I missed, or if you're still having trouble, make sure to let me know. Remember, if you land in the vent room and like you're stuck between an invisible wall in the room after here, the elevator shaft, then that means you've gone you are not holding W, so make sure you're holding W. You're standing in the corner. You pause for the first time. You pause for the first time as soon as you start falling from that extra boost. You wait until that thing disappears. Pause again. Wait for it to load. As long as you're doing all of those things, especially aiming right, you should get the trick. But if you're still having problems, let me know. And if you can, and if I still can't help you, it'd be best to PM me a video of what you're doing in the skip. There's always something. I hope I explained everything clearly. This skip, depending on who you are, may seem pretty hard at first. But if you keep trying, and I recommend you keep trying, you'll definitely get it. Because it's really worth doing it. It saves a lot of time. I don't know the time comparison, but I'm sure Ovendonkey has it on his channel from the original skip. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and keep on watching Tacky Gaming.